Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is so great to be here with all of you for episode 4 of Disturbed and Confused. Joining me is my beautiful co host, Rachel Webb.
Hello, guys.
Let's give her a hand. Yes.
Happy 4th. Thank
Happy
you.
4th to everybody.
Yes, I hope you all had a great weekend. I know I did.
Oh, we sure did have a great weekend. We had lots of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And joining us tonight, we have 2 very special guests. We have actors Frank Osso.
Hey everybody. How are you?
And actor Charlie Sausa. So grateful to have you guys here with us.
Thank you very
tonight.
much for
Thank
joining
you
us.
so
What an
much.
honor.
This is a true honor. Like, really, wow,
Oh,
so
wow.
exciting.
Too sweet, too nice.
Love you guys. So I know Frank from a previous film.
Yes.
Would you like to tell them what you
Even
want
the
me
score.
to tell them? Even the
Set
score.
up even the score with the same scene, not the same shot,
Right.
but with the same. general
Yes.
scene.
We filmed over at Salt in
Yes.
Merrick.
In Merrick.
Yes. And we got to give a shout out to one of our favorite people,
To Rocco.
Rocco.
Joya.
Rocco Joya. We love you.
Great guy. How you
Yep.
doing, Rocco?
Great guy. Thank you for the opportunity. And I better be called for part 2, 3, and 4 and 5. Don't forget me. I really want to get right into it. So we'll start with you, Frank.
Yeah.
Tell us what you've done. How did it all begin? What made you want to become an actor?
Well, I always wanted to be an actor from when I was a kid.
Okay.
Who doesn't? Right?
Oh, well, yeah, we all want to be famous.
How,
Right,
old,
exactly.
how old as a kid? Because, this is all new to me. I've never wanted to act or needed to act. I think I'm my own comedian. But, as far as young, how young?
Oh, you're a kid. You have your favorite actors, your favorite movies.
Yeah.
You do lines with your friends and your cousins. You're like, I could do that. I think I could.
Uh-huh.
It's just a matter of getting the opportunity. And now with computers and online websites and casting networks and Actors Access, pretty much everyone has the venue to do it.
Right, like we do.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Like we do,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I happen to be a police officer in law enforcement, and believe it or not, it was actually my way into my first role, because my first role was a police officer role.
Wow.
So I had the uniform, I had the know-how, and the tactics and the lingo and stuff. So that actually landed my first one. Once I got my first one, it kind of opened the floodgates.
Wow.
And I don't want to say it came easy, but
It really did for you. You're lucky.
It came over, yeah, I had maybe 10 roles my first.
Well,
2
listen,
years.
you have amazing eyes.
Oh,
You're a
so
great
you-
look. You're a great looking
Oh.
man. Check him
Oh,
out,
wow.
ladies. He's single. He's single. I promise I won't raffle you off tonight.
All right.
Sometimes I tend to try and do
I don't
that.
come cheap. I don't come cheap.
Definitely not cheap.
Girls, high maintenance.
He's got
Not cheap,
gel in
but
his hair.
It'll work, right?
Ciao.
Yeah, all the time.
I do.
Actually, right now, I gotta use some more.
You have to use extra gel, right,
Exactly,
Charles?
especially on this
Yeah.
weather. Killer. It's everything.
This weather just destroys the hairdos
Yeah.
all the time. So, how old were you when you first started?
It was about. My first role was 2000. My first role was 2012. I played a zombie. It was in a zombie movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's
I
police
love those
officer,
kind of
police
movies.
officer. It's a police officer that turned into a zombie. It's
Wow.
called the Zombie Chronicles.
Wow.
That's kind of before most of it. It wasn't until 2016. I got my first Investigation Discovery. You guys watch the channel ID?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
made like 7 or 8 credits on that.
Yeah.
So the majority
Wow.
came on there. Most of them were police officer roles or corrections
Okay.
officer.
Right.
And one was a bad guy, which was called Evil Lives Here. Played the evil guy.
Do you like playing the good guy or the bad
No,
guy
no.
better?
That ship is
I want to be the
Oh,
bad
okay.
That
boy.
ship is sailed, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually raped someone in Evil Lives Here. I played a
Wow.
bad guy. A friend to the bad guy. His
Yeah.
friend. It's a long
Okay.
story, but
Wow.
assault his wife. I'll use the word assault.
Okay, that's a better
Yeah.
word. Yeah, that's a better
And,
word.
that was, my mother still to this day can't watch it.
Ah.
She can't. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Poor mom. Sorry, mom.
Seriously, she can't watch it.
Aw, I can't blame her. Listen, I'm a
Yeah.
mom. I get
It's
it.
not real. It's not.
No.
I'm acting. It's a game. It's just it's a show. But
And
old
where'd you
school-
go?
Old school Italian, huh?
Where'd you go from there after the zombie movie?
Most of the ID shows.
Okay.
Evil Lives Here.
Right.
Primal Instinct, Homicide City, I Am Homicide. I Am
Wow.
Homicide was very popular.
Which one?
I Am Homicide. It was like 6 or 7 seasons. Yeah, it was really
Okay.
popular.
I'll have to check it out.
And then I did Equal Standard this
Okay.
past year, 2 years ago with Ice-T.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Maurice Bernard.
Right, right.
So I was a police officer. It was a good scene. It was a nice, juicy scene. It was
Nice.
like maybe a 3-minute scene with like 10 lines, 10 to 12 lines.
Wow, good for
So that was good.
you.
It had a limited theater release. It was in the theaters.
Wow,
Limited.
I did not know that.
Yes. I went to see it.
What year was it?
Last year.
Last
Actually, no. The
Well,
release just
okay.
ended a month ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is all
So,
new.
It wasn't
Okay.
in many theaters because it was such a sensitive. It was like NYPD with the African American Black Lives Matter type of thing.
Right.
Police officers shooting. You know,
Right.
it wasn't a pleasant theme.
Okay.
Because it wasn't in many theaters. It was limited, but
Right.
you know, it got picked up. And it comes out on DVD tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
hear
so
that,
check it
people?
out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right. Yeah, good movie.
Good for you. Congratulations. You've done a lot.
If you'd have told me, if it stopped right now and I ever did another thing, I would be totally happy.
You'd be happy,
I never
right?
thought- yeah.
I'm happy with the 2 that I've
Right,
done. I
exactly.
don't even care. I've
Yes.
done it. It's off my bucket list.
So
I mean, not,
right.
I shouldn't say I don't care. I would love to be in more movies. Hello. Who wouldn't? But yeah, I mean, that's just
Yeah, you were
terrific.
great. You were great in this.
Thank you. They call me last minute for that.
did they really?
Yes, yes. Richie Kearns, who was
Richard
directing.
Burns, I love Rich.
He was. I love Rich. I love Rich. He's still a good friend of mine.
Cairo Killer.
Cairo Killer.
You cast
I'm
Cairo?
cast. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm cast.
so am I.
Oh,
So
yeah!
we'll
We'll be
working
working together
Yes.
again.
Again.
I'm the acupuncturist.
Are you ready? Guess what I'm gonna be?
Oh,
The
a
cop.
cop.
That is so weird. How did you guess that?
I know.
Oh my God,
Well,
she's
She's the
psychic.
smart one.
I know.
I'm the confused one. She gets disturbed, okay? Blonde hair, brunette. Come on, you know. That's funny.
Okay.
So did you start in acting classes? Did you?
I did.
Okay.
We took classes together at the Actors Workshop, which is a great. If anybody's looking for an acting school,
Okay.
Tell them where it
in
is.
Long Island, the Actors Workshop in Levittown. Chris Cardona.
Okay.
He's the owner and the teacher. He's a working actor.
Okay.
He's fantastic. It's such a comfortable environment. Great instructor, right?
Yeah.
We were going there for 2 years together.
At least
I told him about it, and
Let
we
me
were
know
together.
next time you
Fantastic.
go. Maybe I'll meet you
Michelle,
there.
absolutely. You won't regret
Really?
it, I'm telling you, yes.
I've heard about Chris.
Beginners. Have you really?
I
Okay.
have. I read about him a little
Yes.
bit, and yeah.
It was voted, I think, one of the best acting schools in Long Island.
Yep.
Or the best, or one of the best. I forgot.
I don't know how. No,
It won an
yeah.
award or two.
Yeah. Oh no, he's well known.
And it's not far. It's great. For beginners up to experienced, and everyone's mixed together.
I'm
They'll
definitely a
give you your
beginner.
scene to your level.
Okay.
And,
I'm
yeah.
good at chopping
I
up bodies. That I'm good at.
Okay.
Not real ones, fake
Yeah.
ones.
Law enforcement.
I just won't tell you where I buried them. Closet right there.
I know.
That sword in
That
the
one's for
corner.
the small children.
Is that what that smell is?
I swear I showered. All right, and after that, where did you go from there?
I was a CO. Oh God, Orange is the New Black. Was one of my favorites.
Orange is the new black,
Yes,
people.
I did. I was a background corrections officer, but I had my name.
hmm
I was with a scene with Pescatella.
hmm
Uh-huh.
You watch the show?
I saw that scene. I saw the video.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I saw it.
I was walking a prisoner down the hall.
Yes.
I didn't have a line, but I was in the scene. I got camera time with him.
Yes.
So I was with everybody, with all the main cast. Filmed on Queens Boulevard in Queens, the jailhouse. On
Yeah.
Queens Boulevard. Which they don't use anymore. Right there. It was shot right there.
It's,
Did you really?
Hightown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the prison.
Yeah, they shoot a lot of things. They don't use it anymore. It's like a shutdown. It's an area they don't use.
I don't know. The one I went to, I think, was functioning as a correctional facility. And they said, make sure you have your ID because we're filming in an actual correctional facility. That's your ID. You're staying over.
With real prisoners?
Oh yeah. Well, my scene in Hightown was we were in like a rec center, like a gym, watching TV, and I had a little exchange with the star. So I didn't see any of the workings. I mean, you could tell you're in an actual correctional facility.
Yes.
And, you know, the security is just as tight as if you were going in and out on any other business. But it was interesting to be there to do that. Not
Same
supposed
place.
to set, yeah.
All right, Frank, I have another question for
Sure.
you. Who is the most famous person you have ever worked with?
Well,
In your eyes.
that I worked with, that I did a scene with, or is it something that I did?
Something that you
I
did.
would say Maurice Bernard. Ice-T's Maurice
Okay,
Bernard.
okay.
Maurice Bernard is like a legend in General Hospital.
Yes.
Sonny
Sonny,
Corinthos.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to see him.
Okay.
Or Ice-T. I guess the time between them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ice-T's pretty big.
Yeah.
I follow
Everybody's
Coco.
getting that name.
I follow Coco
I
and the baby
see.
because she's adorable.
Yes.
She puts up the greatest videos on Instagram. All right, so you want to move on to Charlie?
Absolutely.
Yeah, your
Mr.
turn,
Charlie.
Rachel.
We actually got to chatting before this and realized that he actually is a teacher.
Yep, been in education for 20
Yes.
years, going on 21st year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how do you go from teaching to
It's-
acting?
Well, the acting part started for me in high school. I used to do the school plays, and then I did a ton of extra work. Now they call it background work.
Mhm.
And a lot
Oh,
of
that's
big
what it's
things.
called now?
Yeah,
We're not extras anymore.
Right, now you're
Yeah, background
But
work.
I like being extra.
It was fun. There was so many people. I would go to these. Now, some of them were brutal. You could be on the set 14 or 15
Yes.
hours a day.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
like,
been there,
Yeah.
done that.
You know, and people were complaining left and right. And for me, it was always like the most interesting experience.
Yeah,
you know?
I just want to watch.
Right. That's a lot of people ask like, what is it like to do? It's fun to do it and then see the
Yes.
finished product.
Yes.
Sometimes you might be a little disappointed.
Right.
Sometimes you're happy with what you see, you know. But for me, it was I went from
Hold on. Sorry, people.
That's okay. I do it sometimes.
Why is this not silencing?
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, it's okay.
Sorry, guys. Still learning. Yeah.
So I did it through high school and college, and then I love teaching. I really do. You know, and I just gave up the acting part because it really was going nowhere. You know, without representation, sometimes it's just very hard, especially in New York City. New York City, everybody, you know, is trying to get into some kind of artistic endeavor, and
Right.
acting is a big
Absolutely.
Yes.
So for years, I didn't even touch it at all, and I said it is what it is. I was just as happy being a teacher than
Sure.
being an actor. And then I said, you know what? I like it a little too much to just say, forget it, it's done.
Yeah.
So I decided to go back to Stella Adler in the city. One of the best experiences of my life, you know, to get some lessons. Because, you know, I think a lot of people, and I talk to students a lot about this too, whether it's sports, whether it's acting, a lot of people think that they're natural, if they have a natural talent, that's enough.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to notice the talent, and I could just, you know, rest on my laurels, so to speak. But
Right.
like the acting classes gave me such an appreciation for the craft.
Oh, yes.
You know, and then even I took all the classes, and I said, you know, if I'm going to do this seriously, you put out a resume. If people see that, at least you've taken classes and
Very important.
plays, they say, okay, so this person likes it enough to really pursue it.
Oh, sure.
So I guess that's part of me being a teacher too, because I've always loved the school aspect.
Yes.
So I just kind of fell into that, and then I've been lucky where I've shot a lot of stuff, all co-stars so far. But they've been like one day here, one day there, and a lot of them actually came, luckily, during like vacation time, which is always like my big fear is like, well, how do I do? What if I get something and
Right.
work?
You
You
have to
know.
work, yeah.
So luckily, somehow, I think there was maybe one day I asked for a personal day in my whole career, you know, and I was able to do it that way. But a lot of the stuff was like July, or one of the things I worked on happened to fall on a February break when I was off. I was like, this is perfect.
That is
So
perfect.
it is- I mean,
Doesn't
it's
get
a
any
little
better than
stressful
that.
To try to do both, you know.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you, so many kids lately have asked, if you get something big, would you leave teaching? And I say, you know what? As much as I love teaching, I think I'd have to, because it doesn't.
How
roll
could
into
you
your lap.
say no to that?
Exactly.
That's like
It's
everyone's
so hard
dream.
to get, you know, the parts,
Right.
and you know, to get that part. You know.
Yeah.
We have some viewers chiming in. Let's say hello. Robin DeVito. Love you, girl. Robin DeVito is one of our regular viewers who we met through the wonderful Bonnie Scalisi and Mandy Jones. They're female comedians / producers now. They're producing their own comedy shows. They were our guests on the first show. And I've met so many people through them, and they've just given me so much support. And the one thing I've learned is if you're loyal to people, they're going to be loyal back. And if somebody's giving to you, you must give back. And if you don't, you're not going anywhere.
Right, no,
Sorry, you get what you give.
Yeah.
Especially in this industry.
Yes.
1000%.
It's so cutthroat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they could say, I don't like his blue shirt. Get him out of
Yeah,
here.
right.
You know, it's that
Right.
cutthroat.
Yes.
Like, really?
Oh my God, I've been to a lot of casting director workshops, and some of the stories you hear, like there was this one story where I forgot the project, the person, but this actress was perfect for the role, perfect, but she reminded the director of his ex-wife.
No.
Yes.
So it's like you don't know.
You never
what
know.
will-
I want all
and
the
she was
gory
perfect.
details after we're done airing,
Yeah,
because I want to hear the
absolutely.
story.
I can't remember who it was, but it's like
Oh, Charlie, I want to hear that story.
I mean, for the people who are interested, you really have to. They say, like I read a lot about like the audition. It's like you have to be on before you step in, because even with the security cameras
Oh,
nowadays,
yes.
the way you carry yourself,
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah, there was another story that this one casting director was telling us that this guy was absolutely perfect, and the casting director said, "This is the guy. We know," and they don't tell you on the spot. You have to wait for your agent to get back to you. But this guy, he did his audition, and he must have felt good about it. He gets to the door, and he says to them, "I'll see you on the set." And they can't somebody else. Because they said if he's going to be like this in the room, who knows when he's going to close on the set.
He said that to the director.
Yeah.
Oh,
To the cast
what was he
director.
thinking?
You know, and they're thinking like, if he's a prima donna here, can you imagine?
Right.
Because with the casting
Can I hit the button?
Sure.
Warning,
Bullshit alert. Bullshit alert.
Yeah, because they said we don't, the casting directors, they have their names on whoever they're sending to a set. So they don't want this guy coming in like he owns the place.
They're so finicky.
And he lost.
Yeah,
lost
you can't
the
quit.
part he was perfect for.
Wow.
So really, for anybody who's interested, like
You know personally?
No. I went to this is a workshop in order to meet.
They told you.
This casting director, and she was huge. I mean, some of the stuff she's done is amazing. And she said, he was perfect. And the second he said that, he knocked himself out of the.
Wow.
You never know.
You just don't.
You know who's saying hello?
What's up?
You know who's saying hello?
Who is it?
United States Air Force Colonel David
Yes, you had a great time with you
Hi,
last week. Thanks
David.
so
We had
much.
so much
That was
fun with you. I hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. And as we always say, thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you. Yes.
Robin DeVito said, I would love to work in a prison. I already have orange boots. Yes, we saw those orange boots, Robin. We love them. We love them. And she said a prison with a mentally insane ward. I think we would both fit in perfect there.
Yeah.
Karen Delicave is saying hello. Hi, baby. Hope you're doing well. Allison Hill, my bestie from California. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Say hello to Allie. We have Emma O'Hara watching. Eric Shevlin is watching. Hi, Eric. Eric Shevlin, he did a show out of Governor's Radio. And that's where this all started for me, where I fell in love with the camera. And his other hosts went on their honeymoon, so I helped him out a couple of times, co-hosting with him, and I brought some guests on. We had so much fun. Eric's such a great guy. He's so funny. We got to get him in here. Kathleen Bayer, who's on my pool team, who kicked butt last night. Thanks, girl.
I heard. Does your back hurt from carrying the team?
Yeah. Dina, my love. Hi, Dina.
Hi,
Dina,
I know
you
Dina.
know Dina.
Yes.
Dina is an incredible makeup artist.
She did my makeup on Manhattan South.
Yes, Manhattan South. She did
Very
my
nice.
makeup on The Order. The Devil's Order, The Order. I'm not sure what it's called right now, but yes, she is amazing.
She is. She's
Unfortunately, Dina got robbed.
Oh.
They broke into her truck a few weeks ago and stole every bit of her equipment.
Wow.
So we've all been trying to
So
help
sorry.
out. Yeah, we've all been trying to help out so
That's
she can
horrible.
get some new stuff.
Yeah.
Some
Sell
real
it.
low life.
Yeah.
They'll sell it. They'll get
I
something
guess.
for
I
it,
guess
you
it's not
know.
cheap, right?
Dina, we love you. We wish you well. We know you're going to do great in life. Dina says, hi, Frank.
All right.
I met you on the set of Manhattan South. Yes.
There you go.
Joe Conjemi. Go Comets. I went to high school with him. These are all my old friends. Marilyn Price. who made my lovely Disturbed and Confused cup.
Oh my
Rachel's
God.
will be in next week. I told her.
Yeah, I'm like, where's my cup?
I know,
It's
I
gone.
know.
She's like, she's putting her name on it. So next week I'll have.
And our favorite viewer is watching, Bruno Coppola.
Oh, Bruno.
Hi, Bruno. I'm sure you already shared the show 35 times, and we so appreciate you and
Thank
love
Thank you.
And Marilyn Price says, LOL, yes, you'll have your cup next week.
Thank you.
Yes. Marilyn's Custom, you have to go on Marilyn's Customs on Instagram. She makes these cups. I've seen her make some pretty amazing other things, beer koozies, you name it. You need something for a party, you need something for a bridal party or anything like that. She can literally put anything on a cup. She makes the beer koozies. She did an army helmet, which was just amazing, out of this world. She made these cups.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and every time my friends have a birthday, they get one of these cups. All my friends have them.
Awesome.
They all have them. And I listen, I know you doing law enforcement, you being a teacher, you're not into this, but she also makes them so the top can interchange and turn into a bong.
Oh wow.
Go figure. Go figure.
That's legal.
Go figure. It's legal now. It's legal now.
That's illegal.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, listen, whatever. To each his own.
That's a really cool idea.
To each his own. It is because
Well, Shark
nobody
Tank.
else does
No,
it. She should go on Shark
Shark
Tank
Tank.
with that, especially now that it's
Right.
legal. See, Marilyn?
Yeah.
See?
No,
You've
I-
already got
I get a cut
fans.
because I suggested that.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And Marilyn's Customs on Facebook as well. Bruno Coppola says sharing is caring. Always.
Absolutely.
Always. We always share.
Is he related to Francis Ford?
No, he's
No?
not.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
No, he's not. He's just like great old Bruno.
So I have a claim to fame.
Yes,
I was on TV
do it.
once.
Do
really?
it.
Let's
Go,
make
girl.
a deal.
Oh, you really?
With Wayne Brady,
Oh,
absolutely.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I watched that during the day.
California, absolutely. I didn't get called, but the person I was did. We didn't get very far, but that's
So you
my
were the
claim to
audience.
fame. I was the audience. I
And
was
you
in the
did-
audience.
oh,
Absolutely. But
That's up in California?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep. California.
Oh,
So-
That must be
That's
fun
close.
to be
Oh,
at.
it was such a
Yeah.
blast. But like you said, it was so exhausting. You know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to
People don't realize.
clap, and it was an all-day
job, yeah.
event. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
when we left there, and they even asked they were going to do a second shooting. Asked if we wanted to stick around, and you were more likely to get chosen.
Yeah, right,
and
right.
I had enough. I don't care if I win a car. I'm done. You know, it was very exhausting.
What were you dressed as?
Hi,
I
TJ.
was actually, because I'm from Louisiana,
Okay.
I was Maria Laveau, the voodoo queen.
Oh, that's
Yes.
awesome.
I had
Why am I
dreadlocks.
not surprised? Why am I not surprised?
So, but it was a good time. It was an experience. I
Yeah,
have
it's
a bunch
a
of things
game
on my
show.
bucket list, and that was one.
That's
And can't wait to do The Price is Right.
Yes.
Come
I
on
went
down.
I went to the Montel Williams show. I took my
Oh,
mom
did
many
you?
years ago. I was in the
Oh, yeah.
audience with that whole case with Abner Louima. His attorney was
Yeah.
on. Yeah, so I was in that audience. It was kind of boring. And then I went to Sally Jesse Raphael. My mother was such a big fan of all these shows, so
Yeah.
I took her to whatever I could.
Those are fun. I
Yeah.
went to the Maury
Yeah.
Povich a couple. Maury Povich show.
Yes. Oh my God, we
Yeah.
watched it every
Oh my God, so much
morning.
fun.
I
You
love
know what?
Maury.
I forgot. I was on that show once.
You are not the father. You are not the father.
You were on the Maury Povich
No,
show?
I was in the audience once.
You are not the father. They all did their happy dance.
Yeah.
Remember when they had different phobias? Like they had a phobia. They were terrified of like
I've seen
cotton balls.
I've seen clips of them.
Remember that? That was like before the
Yeah.
fraternity
Yeah.
test ones.
Yeah.
Afraid of mustard. Afraid of like they were running around the stage like screaming. Was
There's
hilarious.
actually a clip they keep
Such a
playing
good
on
time.
Facebook. I forgot what this lady was scared of. And they put it in her face.
Yeah, remember?
That's
Yeah,
not
the
nice.
phobias.
I wanted to go to Jerry Springer so bad.
Oh God! Yeah, I think
So
everybody.
bad. Now he's a judge on
Yeah.
TV. He's a
What?
judge. He does one of those judge shows
Does he
now.
really?
Small claims court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
He
a
was the mayor of Cincinnati.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I did not know that.
Well, he was this,
Yeah, he was a lawyer
Yeah.
first, and then became the mayor, and then became Jerry
I met him one
Springer.
time, the 4th of July, at the fireworks. I was working.
Really?
He knocked on my window to park his car, and I'm like,
Park his car.
Cherry's free.
What the hell are you doing here?
Wait, he asked you to park his car?
It was for the fireworks.
I'm kidding.
Like,
I'm
you want to park his car.
I'm kidding, Frank. Come on.
If I knew a place where he can park his car. I was like, yeah, I'll arrange it for you. He's like, oh, anytime you want to come to the show, like, he didn't give me his number. Like, send me a message somewhere on Facebook.
Yeah.
He invited me onto the, like, yeah, I'm going to go to Chicago to sit there.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only reason I
Chicago,
didn't go.
right?
Yeah, Chicago. Nope.
Yeah.
It's too
Nice. I
funny.
met a few people, a lot of people being a police officer, believe it or not.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I met a bunch of celebrities. I used to
Yeah.
be an armed guard.
Okay.
I did that for about 3 years over at the Huntington Hilton.
No way.
And I worked nights, overnights, did my
Oh, wow.
10 to 6s, and then came home and took care of 2-year-old twins
Yeah, look at that.
every day. It was
No, because,
it was
like,
rough.
Actresses or actors in trouble. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
met
yeah.
tons of them.
No, I've met a bunch of favorites. Tootie from The Facts of Life, met
Oh,
her.
yes.
Oh.
The Pointer
Uh,
Sisters, the Pointer Sisters, met them. I was private security for Billy Ray Cyrus, and his manager sent me a dozen roses
cool.
the next day. Said I was the best security guard ever.
Nice.
Yeah. And all I did was secure the perimeter and make sure everybody got to their room safe. That was it. Boys to Men wanted to take me on tour. They said, quit your job, you're coming
No.
with us. Yes, Boys to Men.
My favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said no?
I know.
I couldn't leave my family.
What?
They kind of come first.
I'm like, I would have waited. I would have waited my options.
If
out.
it was only for a week, I definitely would have
Right, you
gone.
could've
But they wanted me to go on tour.
As like personal security? Like,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't leave. No.
I think I'm with you either. You can't
No. 2-year-old twins, they'd throw me off the bus.
That's its own job.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. You'd have to hire someone to take care
To
of
take
Yes.
security for the kids.
It's actually, I was more upset about leaving the dogs rather than the kids. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love you, babies.
What's his name?
My son? Oh, the dog, Bobo. Everybody knows Bobo and his ball. He's like
Oh,
the
my
fetch
God.
king. We actually we tried to break a world record with him of how long he could go playing fetch, and we did it for 6.5 hours.
Wow.
My bestie came in from California, Allison, who you said hello to
You have a
before.
lot of time on your hands.
Sick.
A lot of time on your hands.
Listen, when the beers start going back and you have nothing else to talk about, that's what you do. You
Oh.
find your own fun. Right, Allison? Yeah. So, what else?
So someone that's not, again, into this world and acting, and how hard is it to get a part? I mean, how many auditions do you have to go through just to get the one part? I mean, it's a lot of dedication and work.
Yes.
I'm
Commitment.
going to assume.
Yes.
Well,
Big
just to give
commitment.
you the way it's working, I'm sure I've never done it in LA, so I don't know the numbers. But just to give you an example for New York City, so I've been lucky enough to book co-stars, which used to be called under fives, which are anywhere from like 1 to 5 lines. Well, I think on Blue Bloods I might have had more than around that
we
area.
didn't get to that
So,
yet.
so co-star is, I had one co-star role where I didn't speak, and that was my first one, but it was
Yes.
very visual. So just to give you an idea,
Uh-huh.
a casting director sends out a breakdown. So the breakdown is heavy set, blue collar guy, you know. So the agent gets it. The
Glasses
agency-
with lovely
Exactly,
hair. Lovely hair.
Right, cute little goatee.
Yes.
So you
He's in high demand, this guy. I hope you know that.
I hope
He's
so.
in very high demand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough to have the representation.
Bald blue shirt guy.
Well, it's funny because like I've auditioned for white collar, blue collar,
Yeah.
perv, like and everything, you know,
Everything.
because they just like.
Did you
to
say
see-
perv or perv?
Perv. Perv. Actually, both. So something like that in New York City, they would send out to the agency like, "This is who we're looking for. Who
Uh-huh.
do you have in your roster?" And the cast director gets back. Usually, I've read different numbers, but the number I usually read is 1,000 to 1,500 submissions from different agents. For one
Wow.
role, for even like
Wow. That's a
so the
lot
way
of
that
work.
The casting director gets it. This part I heard from the casting director. They open up their computer and they have thumbnails. So can you imagine like 1,000 thumbnails
Wow.
with similar faces? I guess because like you and I might not go for the same thing,
Right.
depending on what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And then they cut it down to who they want to see in the room. So if you're lucky, you get the audition. And then it's depending on the role. Like a lot of the roles that I booked, I went in for the audition once, and I got an email, you booked it. And then there was somewhere I had to do the callback. And one of my callbacks was the show I just said, and it was
Don't say it yet.
terrifying.
I gotta make them wait till the end now.
I almost say it yet? I almost did. I almost said it.
1,000 to like maybe, I don't even know that what they
Everyone
cut down
knows
to.
already.
So
Yeah,
you'll go about maybe like the top 10 to 15, and then maybe the top 3, and then somebody gets it. So it's funny because, like, you know, like in the grand scheme of things, I might have one line on a TV show, but I might have beat out 990 other
people. I'm going to take my
Wow.
line.
It's
Absolutely.
I mean, luckily, you know, if you stay professional and you do the work,
Yes. And commit.
they'll call you back. Like I don't want to say the show, but there's a show I'm dying to get on that I read 5 times. They finished filming it for the season.
Wow.
5 times for this season alone.
Wow.
So even that, if you're lucky enough to have that, it's like, well, you know they like you.
Yes.
You know?
I'm gonna pray you get that.
Sometimes it's just like, where do we put this person?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of competition. But you know, we were talking before the show, like you have to do your homework. You have to
Yes.
understand some kind of. I think the classes are valuable because it gives you some kind of background
Absolutely.
in craft.
Right,
You know?
right,
I thought I was I'm a great actor. I could do that until I went to class.
Everybody
Yeah.
does.
Yes. If you ever go to a class and you get up there, you're like,
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I want to do a
I don't
class.
know.
I have to say, I've done acting and I've done improv classes, which
Improv.
That's
I
hard.
love
Improv.
improv.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
improv as well.
Yeah.
I went to UCB, which is like the place to go. You know, and
Yes.
my whole thing was like, I do want to make this go further. So I
Uh-huh.
tried to go to the spots where if I put on a resume, people are like, okay, this guy spent some time in
Yes.
an actual place.
Yes.
So UCB, for people that don't know, it's Upright Citizens Brigade.
Mhm.
And you know, people think improv, oh, just say something off the top of your head, but it's very, very structured, even though it's unstructured. So when you watch an improv show, especially you can
Whose
look
line
it up.
is it?
Whose line is it
Yeah.
anyway? Yes, I remember
I was
that
thinking
show.
that a lot of those
Jim Carrey,
people
right?
did start from there. But if you look up Upright Citizens Brigade, a lot of what they do, so it starts off like they literally come to the audience and say, give us 2 words. You know, it could be cheese, give us a place, New York.
Yeah.
And they build the whole show on those 2 words.
Correct.
But they listen to each other and they build and build. So when you take the class to do this, you're like, how do these people, like, you
Come
know,
up
I've
with
been
that.
Right.
complimented, like, with a quick wit, you know, people are like, oh, you're pretty witty, but it's a whole different ballgame.
Right, right.
So I
Different
think,
art form,
yeah.
absolutely.
yeah, I think, I
That's
mean,
not even acting, really. I mean,
no, it's
Yeah.
it gave me such an appreciation because you watch these people and it's like, this has to be scripted.
Oh, wait.
It's just
Right.
way
Wayne
too
Brady, and when he does his
Yes.
songs,
Yes.
the salsa,
Yeah.
and
you
you're
know,
right,
the fly.
it's on the fly,
It's,
right?
Yeah.
it's amazing.
So, and
Absolutely.
then when you take the class, you're like, wow, okay, so this is
Yeah.
something, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it's valuable for people to know that too.
It's important.
Because a lot of people think,
Oh, very
I
important.
can be an actor. What is this guy doing? I can
Exactly.
do that, you know, and
Yeah.
it's not that easy. It really
No,
is.
I could imagine. So I have my little bucket list, and right now I'm actually doing comedy classes.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great.
I'm
yeah.
so proud of you.
So
Oh, really?
it's
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
Add it,
so
McGuire.
just to do it once to have all my friends come, you know, and I
Yes,
thought
yes.
I have such
I've done
life
it.
events.
Stand up?
I
I
not
did
have a
really?
whole
One
show.
time.
Wow.
Do you
So-
find
I
it
loved it,
more
but
difficult
very
than?
difficult.
Do you find it difficult, like being in the class and be like,
No, not really.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I've already written out my skit, and I did
good.
some of it
Rachel's
last
amazing.
week.
She can do
I
anything.
believe
And
it.
She can do anything.
and it's so funny because a gal that works with me side by side during the day in my other company, we sit there and we're laughing so
Right,
hard,
right.
and I'm looking at the camera. I'm like, honey, we just have to sell this.
Yeah, right.
I go, we could do it. So and it's just something popped up on. I said we got to do this, and
Right,
so
that would be
I'm helping her put hers together.
That's
I kind of put
awesome.
mine
Yeah.
together, but it is helping me. He's helping me learn like how to pause, how to
Right.
wait for the
Right,
laugh
right.
after
Yes.
they're done.
The
you know,
delivery is
bend it up,
everything.
shorten it up. So I've probably written it, rewritten it,
Yes.
and then I give you a little taste, but we can't talk like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
We can't talk like
No
that out
curse
here.
words
We're going to
allowed.
save it for the
You have a
comedy
whole
show.
skit, you have a whole set ready
7
to go.
minutes. I get 7 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got, which I'm still, you know,
Right.
he's
But you
helping
do it
me
once.
piece it together, and,
Yeah, yeah.
and which I've never done, and it's just on my bucket list. Not that I'm taking
It's
it
on mine too.
anywhere.
Actually, I'm terrified
But-
though. But hey,
People-
Yeah.
if you can-
Oh my God! You know, it's the lights are on you, and I'm
Yeah.
sweating. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my
Right,
God!
right,
You know, like this is so hot.
I did a 9-minute skit at Chow Baby opening for a freestyle show.
Okay.
And I was
Wow.
thrown into it. I said I'd be up there. They told me I'd be up there for like 2 to 3 minutes. This is like a crowd warmer.
Yeah.
And I was literally up there just talking about my entire life, and people were laughing, and they love reality. That's what people
They
want to
do,
hear.
and that's
Things
what
that
I
they
say.
can relate
That's how they see it,
to.
right? Through your
And having twins
life
made it
events.
double the
Right,
fun,
right.
you know. We do have a few other people chiming in. TJ Breeling. TJ, hi TJ, nice to see you. We have Glenn Rotoro, which is Mandy Jones' husband, who helped me set all this up. He did all the wiring.
Very nice.
He told me all the equipment to get. He
Yes,
came back
it
and
is a
set
nice
it all up. Just a wonderful guy. Hi, Glenn. I love you. You know I do. Send my love to Mandy. We're getting hearts. Who else is chiming in? Bonnie Scalisi. Hello, Bonnie, my love. And Bobby Ritigliano, another comet from Hicksville. Nice to see you, Bobby. Good to see you guys. So let's move on to Charlie. Tell them your the big one. Tell them.
All right, so the biggest show.
Bum-ba-da-da.
The biggest one I've been on is Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods.
Yes.
Blue Bloods in my house.
That was an interesting callback. And
Tell us.
so, the thing about the audition, I think for me, like we've been doing self-tapes. Like with COVID, everything became, in one way it's easy because you're in your own house, you have it set up, you record it, and you send it out. You don't have to worry about getting to the city and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But what I noticed with me, it's because I have the flexibility to record myself, I'll go 100 times and in my head I'm like, oh, I don't like this one because of that. I don't like this one. And he's been my Puerto Rican sometimes, so he sees me go through this process. So the good thing about an audition in person, which was what I had for Blue Bloods, you do, you figure it out ahead of time. You have somebody like, I'll have my friends read it with me just so I can hear. For me, it's, do I sound natural? That's my biggest thing, especially a show like that.
Sure.
Does it sound like I'm actually, do I look like this person? And do I sound like this person?
Yes.
And you never know what they look for. You're up, the day I went, I only saw about 20 people signed in, but that was the time I was in the office.
Wow.
20 people before and after me for that role.
Right.
I was a super. Who knows how many other people I saw after me or
Right.
So I did the homework. You just kind of get the feel of the show. You memorize your lines, and that's not even a big thing. Even if you bring in your paper, that's fine.
Oh,
So
they
I
don't
went in-
mind if you bring in the
No,
paper,
no,
huh?
because for them, it's just, I think it's a big looks thing. And,
Okay.
So I went in, and the casting director, she's so nice. I mean, I've read for her more than once. And we did 2 or 3 takes. I always think I'm horrible. Always.
Uh-huh.
We
I did
always
2 or 3
judge
takes.
ourselves
And this
too
was
harsh.
This was the crazy story. I leave the audition, I'm getting back on the train, and my phone's blowing up. The producers want to see me. And I'm like,
How exciting.
On your way home?
yeah.
Is this good?
I
Is
didn't
this
even
bad?
get
Is this-
I didn't even get on the train yet. So it was the
Wow.
same day, 4 o'clock in Brooklyn, and I'm like, okay, that's a good sign. I have to talk myself like, so obviously to go. I don't know if every show, because a lot of the shows that I've worked for, like I said, luckily I've done the audition and I get an email saying you booked, or they're interested.
Right.
But this one I had to go for a producer's callback. So I walk in, the room was
Were you really nervous?
yes and no. I was because I
You were
hadn't been
prepared.
right. My whole thing was okay. So obviously they liked me enough for the producers to see me, and then
Yes.
right before I went in, I reminded myself, just do what you did before because it got you to the producers.
Right.
Exactly.
But the one thing that I wasn't expecting, I walk in, and it's a room a little bigger than this, but not too much bigger, so that you like close quarters.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I walk in, there's the cast director, and I look, and there's the main casting director, who I've been lucky enough to meet before, 2 or 3 producers, and people I don't even know who they were at this table.
Uh-huh.
So it's a long table of people. And
Wow.
I'm like,
I'd be intimidated.
directors and producers. So I said, okay, you know what? The good thing is the camera's here. I'll look here. I'll do what I did because they got me here. So I'm doing my lines, and all of a sudden this word comes out. So I was explaining there was a trash compactor was one of my lines, and I said, oh, here's the carburetor. And in my mind, I'm like, what did you just say? And I said, you know what? Let me just keep going because
Right.
So
Yeah.
I just did the rest of the lines.
That's a process to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's the professional way.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
So I did the take, and I'm like, oh, well, there goes that. And one of the producers goes, oh, so you're giving away a car with the apartment? I said, I don't know where that came from. I said, it came out. I couldn't stop it. I went, I just decided to keep going. The guest director said, I'm very glad you did that. And then I actually
for
called
you.
my friend, and I'm like, well, it was nice to audition. But, I'm laughing because at this point.
Yeah.
But I booked it anyway. You would think, like, a lot of people hang up with, like, do I change this word? Did I say that word correctly? Did I do this? But
It's
here I
not
was.
so much about the script.
No,
they want to
not
see if you're
always.
right.
Right.
Well, it's
Like attitude, how
Yeah,
you carry
exactly.
yourself.
Look and how you carry the
Everything.
voice.
Yeah.
You
it
never
was like
know.
the breakdown. I
You
read
have
the
a great voice.
Thank
You
you.
really
And
do. And great looks, too.
Like,
You got the package.
Ladies,
Ladies.
single as well.
Single!
and I got to see the breakdown for that. So it said 40s, affable, friendly. I'm like, okay. So
Sure.
it's obviously, it's a combination of two things.
Yeah.
Then you have, a show like that has very particular people, too.
So you obviously have representation, both of you?
Not me. I was going to say he's union, I'm not.
Okay,
And he has an
gotcha.
agent, I don't.
Okay, so I'm with you, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So, my God, brain fart. Here we go again. Rachel, take over.
I hope to get an agent eventually.
I really did have a great question, but went right out.
So what's it again? Someone new into your world. Agent versus non-agent.
Good question.
And union
My-
versus
Union.
non-union.
Exactly.
I've been
Union
involved, right.
versus.
So my biggest experience with, nowadays, I mean, there are a lot of people that break in. There's a lot of people doing independent pilots, movies. Like you guys know, you're working so much and it's all independent, which these movies do go places. They go
Right.
to festivals.
Yes.
They get sold to, Amazon and all
But even those there's investigation discovery shows that
Yes.
I've done so many of, they're all
Really?
non-union. They pay like $100.
So
for the
what?
day. Yeah,
You're
you
living
know
the
what? You know it's
dream.
free.
Who
Exactly.
cares?
Right.
You're living the dream.
Right. It's not about the money right now.
No,
It's
it was never about money for me, ever.
Right,
Ever.
Exactly.
I
You
met
do the
so
work,
many
the
great
money will come
people.
back.
Exactly.
Right. I mean,
That's how I
the
believe.
benefit of an agent is you have somebody who
Yeah.
has the connections to these casting
Right.
people, and they can put you out there.
Right. And
So
they want to
honestly,
put you
they
out there
wanna put
because
you
they're
out there,
getting
yeah.
a percentage.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So they're
I'm lucky
working.
enough to have
And you don't have to be
great-
union to have an agent.
No.
You be
you don't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's
I
so
read
many-
for an agent once, I didn't get signed, but
yeah,
eventually
so many
you do.
rules. I mean, that's the
Okay.
biggest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because we have other friends that do the acting. It's frustrating because,
Yeah.
like with me, over the whole period with COVID, I auditioned a ton and I didn't book anything. It's like, what's happening? Like, you would think with the numbers. Luckily, I have an agent that keeps pushing. They're a great agency, and they send me out. But you just don't know. Like I just missed out on a part. They were keeping me on hold, and then the last minute they said they were releasing. I'm like, okay, but I got that far,
Yeah.
But that's a big accomplishment.
So every little thing.
The man is on Blue Bloods. Come on.
That's pretty impressive.
That is very
It's so funny,
impressive.
Recurring.
Recurring.
I guess, yeah.
Two, I
it
think
was
two
two episodes with the same character, yeah. But it's funny, you never know what people are going to, like, you would think, like, I mean, I looked it up because I'm like, all right, I'm just curious, how many people see this, But then there was something I did for HBO where so many people that I work with came up to me and said, I saw you on that show.
You get recognized.
And it's
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember when
But it's a show that I did that I know has its own, like, kind of cult following. But you would think, like, Blue Bloods, everybody
get
hears
bigger
it.
Blue Bloods.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But then here I have people that work with me that might not have seen Blue Bloods, but saw this smaller show on HBO. So, and these shows have their own followings. and
Sure. Oh, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
don't know
And Blue
where-
Bloods is one of those shows that's never gonna. I was telling him it's never gonna go away.
No.
It's like I Love Lucy. It's like it's gonna be
Yes.
replayed for the rest of
Yes.
the time.
Agreed.
It doesn't get bigger.
I was
Agreed.
telling him, I get like
And it gets like checks.
screenshots. Like I get a text, my friend from Texas, he sends me a picture of me on his TV. And,
Oh, really?
and I don't even know when they're playing again.
Yeah.
I looked up recently, so they just did both of my episodes on Father's Day, actually. On Father's Day on
Yes.
Ion. They did it early in the morning and then going into Monday morning. So they're out there, but that was a cool experience. I mean, to be
Yeah.
on that. I think if you're an actor in New York City, that's like one of your bucket list shows.
Absolutely.
That was the second time I read for that. I read for them
Score,
once as
I can imagine how many people read for that.
yes.
The janitor, right? The janitor.
Well, they had
Super.
and then the second
Super.
episode they gave me a first name. I'm like, oh, this is great. Now
Derek?
I'm not just
Derek, yes.
Derek.
Yeah.
But I had read for them once before as an out-of-shape cop. You had to do like a chase and run up to the roof, But it's
I think they just liked your blue shirt.
I don't remember what
You
I
got
It's a
super,
nice blue shirt.
super written all
You know,
over
and that's the you
Yeah.
have to go in. So it's funny when you audition, like the people that are interested, you can't go overboard. You know, you
Wow.
can't do, So
Yeah, true.
even like there's certain things that you can mimic that are okay. Like basically, like our acting teacher Chris, he said, you know what? If you're a super, why don't you? Because my whole thing is like I'm very almost too aware of what my body's doing. Like even when I'm acting in
Yes.
class, it's like why are my hands moving the way that
Right.
And then
Right.
instead of being in the moment, like
Yeah.
I
concentrating
self-critique so
Oh,
much.
In the moment.
So
Yes,
I wanted
that's the
something-
worst thing. You got to get out of your own
Yes.
head. Just
So
do
what I
it.
did
That's
for
where classes come in and help you.
Yeah.
with.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
yes.
So what I did for the Blue Bloods audition was before I started my line, my friend Chris says, "Why don't you take a reg like you just finished fixing something?" You know. So as you're saying the line, like kind of like wipe your hands,
Yeah.
and it grounded me.
He told you that?
Oh,
And I couldn't do it
Sure.
on the day. I couldn't do it on the day of the shoot because
Yeah, you
they.
got me thinking, what are my hands doing?
Yeah, right. Yeah, me
I
too.
know, I'm pulling on my
Like
shorts,
this?
fixing my shirt,
And I see
fixing my
myself- it's so funny.
hair.
I know.
It's funny that I'm in this because I hate my voice and I hate watching myself.
Why do you hate your voice? You have a great voice.
And it's funny because on the TV I'm like, okay, I don't look so bad. Like I actually look thinner on Blue Bloods. I'm like,
You
it's
don't
pretty
look bad at all. You're a good-looking
when I'm on
man.
stage, thank you.
You're
When I'm on stage
welcome.
or in the audition, it's
I
like-
give you the whole shake. You're welcome.
it's very, it's interesting. Like people see the finished product and how it
Yes.
comes together.
Yeah.
But for us, it's like that pressure to even get in that room and how do I do this? And
Yeah.
I mean, the advice is
Was your heart pounding?
yes and no.
Yeah.
The funny, like I was saying before, I think I drive myself crazy when I'm left up to my own devices to record.
Right.
When you're in the room, you know it's 2 or 3 takes and you're done. They don't
Yes.
give you
True.
feedback.
Right.
They say that they're very nice.
Yeah.
They say thank you, and that's it. And it is what it is. And to me, it's much more organic.
Yes. People
because-
love organic.
Yeah, and for me, it's
This
I'm
isn't
sure you thought-
scripted.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
Yeah.
self-tapes.
Not by any means.
Yeah.
No.
So that little motion gave me like a grounding effect. And
You did that in your audition?
I did that.
Chris
in the
told you to do
audition.
that?
Yeah, I think I did
Wow.
in the call
That's
back
great.
there,
Talk about great advice.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is great.
The hardest part for
advice.
me would be memorizing my lines.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know, it's so
That's-
funny.
it
Sometimes I
is
feel like
hard.
I don't have them, and then sometimes they just
Flow
You know,
through.
they
Yeah.
really do. You know?
Yeah.
My first couple of jobs, I would forget my lines here and there,
Uh-huh.
just out of nervousness. But as you go, the more you do,
Yeah.
the more jobs you do,
Just kind of goes
yeah,
with
the
it.
nerves
Well,
go
the
out.
night we worked
Yeah.
together
Yes.
on Even the Score, I mean, I only had to walk across the Rock parking lot in 4-inch heels like 30 times.
Right, yeah.
By the 10th time, I was good. I didn't fall down anymore.
I think we put so much pressure. Like, when you start out, I think it's also like, well, I have to get every word as it's written. And really,
You really
if you
don't.
You
watch-
really
no, just make
don't.
it your
Some of
own.
it's
Is that what it is?
improv.
I mean, a lot of
Yes.
it, I was a background actor on 30 Rock.
Oh.
Yes.
And for me,
Don't
to
brag.
Be there, no, that's just background.
Ah, let him brag! Let him brag!
All of a sudden, 30 Rock comes out.
Yes. Score.
And I'm watching. And
One
I
for
can't
Charlie.
tell you,
Yeah.
the stars kept messing up. And they just
Yeah,
pick up
really?
and go. They just, and it was a nice learning experience for me.
Yes.
Because you drive yourself crazy. If you want to do this, it's like,
Yeah.
how do I do this and not mess up? And the
Can't be
lines-
perfect because
No.
that's not organic.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think Adam Sandler, everything he does is scripted? Come on,
Exactly.
he is
Right.
so freaking funny,
Yeah,
that man.
Yeah.
And at least a third of it's
Comedy is my
improv.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Water boy,
From-
you can
Oh,
do
I
it.
I
love Water Boy. I like them all.
I'm
Grown
from
ups.
Louisiana, so it's actually,
Oh, okay.
I'm from a very small town,
Oh, yeah,
so it actually, I'm like,
I like
oh my-
grown ups.
I'm like, that kind of looks like my uncle.
Grown ups, 1 and 2.
Grown-Ups
Love
is
them
pretty
both.
funny. I would have to say Madison. Or
Oh,
was it
Billy
Madison?
Madison. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
What was the golf movie called?
Happy Gilmore?
Happy
Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Good
People
one.
love that.
With
Good
him and
one.
Bob Barker fighting.
Yes.
That was a good.
Classic scene.
Classic. Very classic.
I love this.
There's
super
no
funny.
way that was scripted. No
Yeah,
way.
No, you can't.
That was all Adam.
It's great. Sometimes on YouTube you can watch, like the outtakes and all that. It's
Yes.
amazing.
The bloopers
Oh, yeah.
are so much
And a
fun.
lot of it
Any
is-
movie that has bloopers at the end, I
I
watch.
know.
Yeah,
You always
yeah,
stick
More than
around
I
and
watch,
see it.
yes.
Absolutely.
I love
Absolutely.
movie
Liar,
bloopers.
liar, liar.
Yes.
Liar, the big
Yes.
bloopers at the end.
Yes.
Oh, it's part of the movie.
Oh, it really
Oh,
is.
my God.
It
Yeah.
really is. It really, really is. So what time is it?
We got about 10 minutes.
Oh my
You
God.
better do
We're having
your...
so much fun here.
We should go
I
an
know.
extra half
I know.
hour. We should go an extra half an
Extra half
hour.
hour.
Oh, we have to do a giveaway.
Yes.
All right, so tonight we're changing it up, people. We're not going to show our normal, usual picture and say, guess what it is. Tonight we're going to do some trivia. So the question is, how did John Travolta get the leading role in the movie Gotti? If you look it up, you're a cheater. No cheating! No cheating,
no
bitches.
Googling.
No Googling. If you know it, you know it.
That's my thing.
Again,
Google it.
Yeah,
Google it.
how did JT get the lead role in Gotti? We will know if you Google, if you say it exactly the way I found it.
Exactly.
How do you think we
Because
found
I
it?
Googled. Let's see, anyone? Anyone gonna guess? Hi, Paulie. Who else is watching? William Schweers, what's up? All right, Bonnie, I'm waiting for something funny out of you, Bonnie. Come on.
Oh, boy.
Let's hear it. How did John Travolta get the lead role in Gotti? How did he get that role? I'm waiting. All right, let's talk while I guess.
All right. Usually I give out a hint. I don't even know how to give a hint out.
That's a tough
can't
one
really.
to give a hint. You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
How
You
do you get
can't. I mean, I would just say he was kind of connected in some way.
Right.
That's about it. That's the best clue I can give. You know, right?
True and
He actually
It's
came
hard.
to the house, John Travolta, in Howard Beach, to their actual house.
Really?
He was right. He was outside.
Yeah, it was on
It's a few blocks from where I live, from where you live too.
Yeah.
Right.
I was there with
Wow.
the family, like outside taking pictures and stuff
That's
before
so
the movie
cool.
started shooting. It wasn't even shot in the neighborhood.
Right.
They shot
No.
it where, like Cincinnati or something?
Cincinnati, yes.
Ohio, yeah.
And in Manhattan,
Oh, in
both
Sausa.
spots.
I know.
Both
You would
spots.
think.
It should have been
I
Queens. Should have been
remember them
Queens.
watching them film Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
Oh,
I grew up in Ridgewood, Queens. Which is a really cool, beautiful neighborhood and a lot of old architecture. But in Boardwalk Empire, it stood in for Boston. So I think they find like similar architecture and like a lot of like Moonstruck.
yes.
A lot of it was Canada, you know. So
Yes.
they do it all the time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's also
Wow.
cheap.
We always assumed things were
Anyone
shot.
guessing?
Yeah.
I think Bonnie Scalisi said, freaking killing me. I think he danced his way there.
Staying alive.
But bum. Yeah, no, that's not the answer. Bonnie
good
said
try,
he knew
At
Gotti.
least you didn't Google it.
No, he didn't know Gotti. I don't think he knew Gotti.
Someone that he knew that knew.
Well,
during
Let's just say they were
close.
connected in some way, but I don't want to give too many hints. But
Yeah.
nice one, Bonnie. We were showing pictures a couple of weeks ago, and she kept putting up, "It's a maxi pad! It's a maxi pad!" We
Yeah.
were dying. We were dying. It was quite funny. Come on, people, guess. How did John
Wow, surprised.
Travolta? I'm surprised.
Got it right.
They're actually listening. That
Yeah.
Yes, that's
telling
a
them.
Google
All right, Google. If you want the
Yeah.
T-shirt, Google.
With integrity.
How did John Travolta get the leading role in the movie Gotti? Come on, people. All right, so did we touch on how you guys met?
Yeah.
We did. We did. That's right. We did. We only have a few more minutes. Come on, people, guess.
Well, we touched. I don't think the audience
Yeah, I
did.
don't know.
Yeah,
No,
no.
we
We're
talked
from the
about it
neighborhood.
before.
We're from the
Yeah.
same neighborhood. We have mutual
Yeah.
Same
friends.
mutual friends.
Okay. So
And
you
that's
didn't
why
We really
meet.
hit it off because
You were friends first before actors,
We
or
were acquaintances first.
well, you were an actor
Right.
first because you
Yeah.
started in
You were
high
mutual.
school.
yeah, he saw it
Right.
before me.
And then actually, but I started getting successful with it same year as you.
After that's
2012,
true.
yeah.
Right. You had only done, I think, Gotham. When we first
Gotham
met.
was
He
the
told me you
first
did
thing I
Gotham.
did.
Gotham.
And we both kind of got blossomed. You blossomed. I'm still okay. I'm still trying, but we kind of, like I said, he's union. I'm non-union, so I
Right.
have to work a little harder for my. He has an agent, right? Your agent.
So what do you mean you have to
Submits-
work a little harder?
He has an agent who submits him for roles. He doesn't even know. He could be sleeping.
Okay.
They'll submit him for
Someone's
Blue
working
Bloods
on
or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
I have to do my own research. What are they casting for? Do I fit it? Okay, I'll submit. They submit. They contact me. I'm my own agent pretty
Right,
much. I mean, not really
right.
have an agent, so I hope to get to that point. But
He
I
needs
don't
an
mind the work.
agent.
You know,
It's
the
not
whole,
difficult.
Frank Osso needs an agent.
And
He's
the
very
agent's not there.
talented.
the whole thing with union is like any other union you you have the benefits, you have
Yes.
protections. I worked on a show where I was supposed to shoot for 2 days back to back. We had a terrible, terrible snowstorm, and they had to cancel and postpone it actually. So when I showed up at the set, I'm looking at the contract, and we shot for 1 day. And I'm want to not make waves. I'm like, no, I don't want to, Yeah. And there was an actress, and I'm kind of glad she said it. She's been in a lot of stuff actually, this lady. And she was in the trailer. She goes, no, listen. She goes, this is what your agent's for. This is what your union's for. If you were told, because you get an email saying this is the rate you're going to get. Now it's all like scale. They can't really
scale
mess around
pay.
with it.
Yeah.
But that day I would have had 2. Let's just, for sake of a better word, 2 paid scale days. Let's just say. And they were trying to pay for 1, but do the same kind of shooting. So that the actor says, no, you have to protect yourself. Call your agent. Since they already said it in an email that you were going to work for 2 days, but now they're trying to pay for 1, they already agreed with it.
Oh, really?
So while I'm shooting the show that day, my
paid.
agent's going back and forth. He said, okay, it's all settled. You get it. So this is, it's protections. I mean, it's a strong union. SAG-AFTRA.
It's good to be
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Well, no, listen,
And it's expensive to join, too.
I
Right?
love that. I
Oh, don't even tell that story.
How
I
much
hate
is
that.
it?
How we got into the union. It
Well,
annoys me.
now
It's annoying.
It's like 3,000 or something.
Yeah.
He didn't pay.
3,000.
No, I paid. I paid.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. Making me
Paid
sound
his
like a
dues.
crook.
Everybody pays,
Yeah.
Frank. Everybody
Yeah.
pays
Yeah.
in some way or
Well,
another.
I got into it because it used to be SAG was its own union, and then AFTRA, which was radio and TV, was its own union. And then it was coming down the pike that they were merging. So if you were, I think it was easier to get into AFTRA. I think that's how we did it. It was almost nothing to pay for AFTRA. But then when you merged, you could buy into the whole.
You didn't need to
Big
qualify.
union.
You could just pay and buy
Right.
into it.
I mean, it
I
was
don't have that
it was still. No, now I can't. It was still, a pretty penny, but I lucked out with that.
$3,000, right? Yeah.
I think we
Hi,
shot.
Lenny
Wow.
Capicelli. Nice to see you, Lenny. I used to coach his son's softball team. Go HBA. Bonnie said he knew Gotti's daughter. No, that's not the answer we're looking for. Try again,
Good try,
please. Very good try. You're getting there.
Ballpark.
You're getting closer and closer, Bonnie. You can do this, Bon. I've got faith in you. So, Rachel, why don't you tell them what you do besides?
Do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
besides, God,
Besides everything.
yeah, besides everything.
Rachel's the president of.
I own the franchise to American Pool Players Association in Nassau County. So
Wow.
I know it's different.
Boss
Everybody's
bitch.
yeah. It's definitely
That's all.
it's a male world, and I conquer it. Yeah,
And I'm her bodyguard.
absolutely.
Is it male? How do the best pool players are women?
Some of them, like Allison Fisher,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
widow,
Black Widow.
Jeanette Lee. So absolutely,
Oh,
you do have a
I
whole
wanna
tour
have
for
her
women.
Mhm.
But if I had, the men do dominate in my league and any league.
Yeah, but we
well-
put them right in their
Oh, God.
places.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, this might be a stupid question, but is it like when you set teams? Are there any
We're
regulations?
handicapped. It is an amateur league, so we are
Oh.
handicapped. Lowest rank in 8-ball is a 2. Highest rank is a 7.
Okay.
So depending on where you
I'm a
fall
3.
in and who you play against, that's how many games you play or win,
Wow.
and then you play as a team event.
And you can have
So-
a co-ed team, or are there regulations where you do like in regular
Oh,
sports?
it's co-ed.
Yes,
co-ed.
it's
Oh,
co-ed. Yep, and it's handicap. You can't go over 23 between everyone's handicap that plays in the night and 5 play.
I have an 80. How old is P-Tina? I have an 86-year-old
I believe
man.
he's 86.
86, I did. I
Amazing
asked
player.
last
He's
night.
actually.
He's a 6.
Mhm.
He kicked ass last night
Yeah,
in
he's
our
a-
playoff
He's a
game.
great player. Him and his son. They
His
play
son
together.
Wow.
as well, yes.
So yeah, it's
Is he the oldest in the league? 86?
I think he is. I
We'll do an
believe he
award
is.
for him.
I think Walker's right behind him.
Yeah, no, he's much younger than him.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But we have from youngest, I have 18-year-olds
Wow.
to 86-year-olds.
Amazing.
So
Wow.
it's just people,
Awesome.
co-workers get together, make a team.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And so I just happened to meet her,
Yay.
and
I was gonna ask how you guys met.
That's
yeah,
how we
that's
met.
right.
Oh,
Yes.
She actually joined APA.
Three
3
years.
sessions. Yeah.
Three years almost.
Yeah. So she's been
You're all
playing.
over the place, Michelle.
I
Yeah.
am. I have done it all. I was
Yeah.
the only female bouncer on Long Island at one
The
time.
bouncer
Bouncer,
too.
I know.
Guard,
And she's what? I'll tell you, this is where she's like,
They loved me.
Security.
I just had a smile.
And
I just
I'm
had a
always trying to
smile
sit
and they
low,
did whatever
so
I
everyone's
said.
so big.
Just had a smile. They did whatever I said to do. Say, stop fighting. They'd be like, we don't want to hurt her. She's so small and cute. So, time is up, gentlemen.
Yes.
I cannot tell you. Seriously, I mean, we could go over a few minutes. Doesn't
We're
matter.
having fun.
This was a great show. What an honor to have both of you here. I really appreciate it.
Everybody on and you had us.
I want to have you back. I want you to come back. This was a fun night. Okay, definitely. So, guys, don't forget Frank Osso, Charlie Sausa.
Yes.
These guys are the best.
Look forward to see
Love
you guys
them
next
both.
Tuesday.
Next
Yes.
Tuesday. But we won't talk about it. Anyway, we did not get an answer. Oh, Jeanette Kathleen saying hello. Hello, Jeanette. David Lunch, great guest, great show. Way to go, Michelle and Rachel.
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it.
We love each and every one of you. Nobody guessed, so we're going to hold off with that till next week. Now you got to come back next Tuesday.
It was.
It was. Anyway, and I'm the blonde one.
Yeah.
But anyway. We will see you guys all next week. Just a shout out to Tara and Jimmy over at the Harmony Bar. Go see them. Go say hello. Tell them Rachel and I sent you. Maybe we'll come down and shoot a game of pool with you. We'll bring the boys, maybe. We'll
Absolutely.
see.
Yeah.
Go shoot some pool.
Absolutely.
But we'll see you guys next week, all right? Mwah.
Thanks,
Love you.
guys.
Bye. Take care.
Uh-oh. I lost it again, Rachel.
Oh,
There it is.
There it is.
Bye.
Perfect.
Done.
All right.
Awesome show. That went so fast. We could have gone as long as we wanted, but I know you have to work. You have to work.
Yeah.
So that was great. Awesome job. Why is it still going?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We were.